I'm Karen Day. We're back with the morning, noon, and night show with Plum TV. Today I have with me Paula Moulton. Is that correct? Is that
yes.
Okay? She is an author. She is also a viticulturalist. And I can't spell it. Okay, I can't spell it, Paula. But why don't you tell me exactly what that is?
A viticulturist is someone who grows grapes for the process of winemaking.
And drinking.
And drinking. Exactly.
And what kind of grapes? Are there many kinds?
Yeah, I grow Merlot.
And you do this in California, of course.
Sonoma County.
Yeah.
Northern California.
And are you actually out there like with the I Love Lucy scene and, you know, your skirts are pulled up and you're squishing the grapes?
I used to be.
You really?
I used to be. Yeah. I went to school in the early 90s and had to go through the whole process of everything, tractor driving and...
There's a school for tractor driving?
Yeah.
I need to go there.
I found that one, yes. And learned how to grow the grapes and graft the grapes and plant and prune and everything. So we did everything hands-on for a year.
Wow, this is like the Sally Field Pieces of the Heart kind of story where you're out there and you do it all yourself.
Yeah, but now I don't.
But now you don't. You have in fact, what she does is this fabulous book called Seasons Among the Vines, which is, I read a couple of reviews. It says it's a kind of a metaphoric journey, a memoir about the differences and similarities between farming, being a California farmer, a vintner, I guess. A vintner is a person that makes the wine, correct?
Right.
And so you are called just the grape grower?
We call ourselves the wine growers.
Very good.
Because we work with the wineries. Generally, a lot of the wineries don't grow a lot of their own grapes. So they buy the grapes from the farmers. Most people don't know that. But,
no, I didn't.
Some of them have a few hundred acres or whatever, but most of the time we're separate. So we just kind of work together in a business relationship. But so we call ourselves the wine grower.
Very good. Well, it's an interesting business. I'm from Northern California, and we always think of the wine country, as where everybody gets on the bus or the train, the wine train. And I always thought all these people like Mouton Cadet and Glen Ellen were out there harvesting their own grapes, but they've really got you doing the work. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit how you went from doing that to becoming an author.
Well, my degree is in rhetoric from Berkeley. So, as you know, in journalism, it's a writing degree basically. And I, after college, didn't go back to graduate school. I just went to work directly for a commercial printing company for about 8 years, and then decided that I wanted to get back into writing, but then I also wanted to get into farming. So I kind of put the two together, and when we moved there, the story's really about a 12-year period of going through this process. There's lots of adventures and lots of animal crazy stories.
Tell me a crazy story with an animal. I have one around my neck. I won't tell you how I trapped this hairy bald varmint, but go ahead.
Well, we had a lot of wild animals really on the property. It's in Glen Ellen. I don't know if you know where that is, but we had mountain lions and bobcats and lots of rattlesnakes and bats and owls and all sorts of things like that. So, and deer, of course, would always eat the grapes. So
they're wild.
I was always coming up with ideas of how to keep the animals basically out of the house. So a lot of times we got birds in the house, we got possums that dug holes through our kitchen floor, and we had to figure out how to get them out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
or in the pot.
Yeah, exactly. So and of course at the time I had 3 little kids, so it was always chaos, and the kids loved it. It was kind of a nice way to grow up for them, I think.
So you're like a Sonoma cowgirl. You move from the city, you get up there, you got to battle the wild elements, including the vines, and there's all kinds of things that happen to your grapevines, I know.
Absolutely. We had about 7 acres planted at the time when I wrote the book, and we got phylloxera, which is an aphid-type bug that eats the roots of the vine and kind of girdles them so that they can't get their nutrients or water. So we ripped them out and planted Merlot, because at the time Merlot was the hot varietal. And then, 5 or 6 years later,
we're over Merlot.
Glut.
Pink champagne, please.
So
right?
Thanks to some of the movies. Yeah, so Merlot actually is coming back, and I'm actually making Merlot wine now. So
Yourself?
I am.
And you were talking about the ABC school?
Yeah,
It has
ABC
nothing to do with my
Well, I'm
kindergartner.
making wine now so that I can sell it. And to do that, you have to have an ABC license and make your wine through a bonded facility. So that's a whole new
So what will the
game for
label
me.
say? Labels are a big deal up there. Folie à deux, and you know, all those
Now,
things.
the label is going to be Midnight Molten Winery, which is actually named in memory of my late husband. That was his nickname, Midnight Molten.
Which was pretty cataclysmic. You had one of those life-changing events that
Right.
right before the book was published.
Yeah.
3 days.
3 days before it was released, he was killed in a car accident. Yeah.
Which kind of put it on hold for a little while, and
Yep.
now it's coming back. That was 2004, so we
Yeah.
are going one more day, and 2007, right into 2008,
right.
when Seasons from Among the Vines
Yep.
has been a big push for all the publicity. You can get this book on Amazon.com, correct?
Randomhouse.com, paulamolton.com is my website. You can get it at walmart.com,
Okay.
all over the place. Barnes
Okay,
and Nobles.
anywhere, Google her, Paula Moulton.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there any, one big lesson, because you talk about this as a metaphoric thing, what was the big lesson of the wines and so forth?
I would say the biggest thing that I learned would be open to change and transition in your life. You don't know what's around the next corner a lot of times, but you need to be open to it and move with that cycle no matter what happens.
Because it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, and I like to say, fear the known, never fear the unknown. In other words, the unknown is the part that's capturing you and teaching you something new. So
Right. What you resist persists, all those
Yeah.
great things. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today.
Thank
It was very interesting. I'm sure everybody wants to read Seasons Among the Vines. I'm Karen Day. This is Plum TV. We'll be right back after the weather with Lauren.